is N7RGW for the training this evening. I was originally going to do something on mesh core, and then I discovered as I was looking at it, I don't know enough to give a presentation on it yet. So I'm doing something else. It's called The Joy of Kit Building. Basically, the way it started, as a child, my parents gave me Lincoln Logs, Legos. Of course, they were called bricks a block at the time, a predecessor to Legos, an erector set, model airplanes, and things like that. My dad was trying to keep me busy. But I wanted a little bit more. Go to slide 2. I discovered a company called Heathkit. They gave me a wonderful free catalog that I could just drool over. For $7.95 plus shipping, I purchased my first kit. I did not know how to solder at that time, and so I learned. Luckily for me, my grandfather was visiting with me at the time on vacation, and so he went down to Sears and purchased a nice brand new soldering gun, and he taught me the basic principles on how to use it. And that little radio worked great. Unfortunately, it got lost somewhere when my parents moved from Utah to Oklahoma, and I was never able to figure out what happened to it. Go to slide number 3. Recently, I discovered some educational kits. These were kind of fun to put together, and since I tested integrated circuits for most of my employment, it was always exciting to see what was inside the silly little sealed packages that we call an integrated circuit. These particular ones, there's an NE555 and a MUA741 operational amplifier. Those were kind of fun kits to build, and there's a hyperlink there, the evil Mad Scientist Laboratories. They make some other fun kits as well. Slide number 4. Recently I was exploring some Chinese websites and I found this digital trainer, a nice little kit that helped refresh my mind, and I could patch cables to connect and remember what digital logic really was. Slide number 5. As I'm sitting out in my workbench area in my radio room trying to put kits together, I needed some background music, and I found a Bluetooth speaker that I could just, my Apple cell phone doesn't have a jack in it, so it needs a Bluetooth. So I found a kit for that. Quality isn't hi-fi, but it works. Slide number 6. Last Christmas, I decided that I was going to do something different, so I gave all of my grandkids either a kit that needed to be constructed if they knew how to do stuff, or I built them a kit, and that was their Christmas present. Here you see 4 examples of kits that were given. Slide number 7. I stumbled across some other kits that were kind of fun. A transistor tester that allowed me to test to see what the beta and whether it was an NPN or a PNP transistor. A Geiger counter. We need one of those every now and then. An oscilloscope kit. Now, this isn't big enough to measure in the megahertz range of frequencies, but it does give me an understanding of what goes on in a digital oscilloscope. And also, I have a crystal frequency tester. I plug in the frequency, tells me what, or plug in a crystal, tells me what frequency it is. Slide number 8. Now, one of the places that I now will purchase some of these kits from is AliExpress, a Chinese company. I've had great success with them. Here you see an example of some of the kits. There's a little game there for $9.97, a bunch of other things as well, and a lot more than just showing there. This is an example. Next slide, please. Temu is another one that has a lot of little kits. These are kind of fun. There's a digital radio, FM, AM, FM, I think it's AM, FM, but anyway, it's FM for $7.95. As you can see, they're not all that expensive. They're kind of fun. Next slide. We're on slide number 10 now. These are some other kits. Most of these are available from Jameco Electronics. Just a variety of different things. There's an electronic dice, roulette wheel, other fun things that are just fun to put together. Slide number 11. There are also some companies that make digital QRP radios. Here are two examples. One from a company called QRPGuys, and the other one from CRKits. Both of these are digital radio that will do FT8, FS8 call, whisper on all of the HF frequencies. Over to the right, you'll see what is called a digi-rig. This is an interface for digital radio using the Raspberry Pi as a basic, either a Raspberry Pi or a Raspberry Pi Zero. Slide number 12. Not to be outdone, there's some nice QRP rigs that will do single sideband, voice, multi-band or single band. The newest one that is out is called Pebble HF. It even will do Morse code. It's got a built-in little key there. Although those have been on back order, I don't even know what price those run into. But you've got a couple of hyperlinks there for places so you can go and look, see what's available. Let's go to slide number 13. This is N7RGW for ID. Not to be outdone, if we have any kind of neat thing, we need power to power the devices. So you could build your own battery. Here's a couple of different ways that I found, and the one that says 13.3 volts on the display was one I put together, and it's inside a nice little box. I did that all, and it was kind of fun. One comment to remember about the batteries, especially lithium-ion batteries. Do not solder lithium-ion batteries. From my personal experience, they do explode and they do catch fire. Don't do it. So, I bought a spot welder from, I don't remember if it was AliExpress or Temu, but it works. Anyway, now I'm trying to use lithium-iron batteries, which are a little bit safer than the lithium-ion. The other thing that's interesting about building your own batteries, you'll learn about the battery packs. So many times when my battery in my laptop computer died, It was really just the single cell that was bad. And if I could figure out how to open up those stupid battery packs, I could replace the defective battery. Slide number 15. Well, I got to put in a little bit of a plug for mesh cord. It's kind of interesting. Here you see my 1-watt repeater that I'm putting together. There's really not a whole lot to solder. Most of it is just kind of patch cables, things that you just plug in. But this is going to be my 1-watt repeater once I get it all checked out and get the solar panel working properly with it. Slide number 16. Well, guess what? With MeshCore, I like building devices, but they needed a case. And when I'd go online, they'd cost me about $20 for a case. And I said, that's ridiculous. So I bought me a 3D printer. So now I can print my own cases. And that's, you see there, 5 different examples of cases I print. And off to the right, you see some toys and models that I printed with my 3D printer, all for fun. Of course, my grandkids come over and they say, Grandpa, could you print something for us? Not really realizing that some of those things take about 4 or 5 hours to print. And basically, not to be outdone, how about an electric bicycle kit? I converted my multi-speed bicycle to an electric. I was getting kind of tired of pedaling around the neighborhood. And, of course, it did not include a 48-volt battery, so guess what? I could either buy one or build one. Next, page number 18 shows some of the company's websites. If you download this, those are all hyperlinked, which should help take you there. And the last slide, some LoRa websites. These are websites where I've purchased some of the equipment to play with. I've forgot how many nodes that I have, but it's kind of fun to play with. Eventually, I'll get my children involved. Slide 20. Any questions?
This is KM7EYD as Kilo Mike 7 Echo Yankee Delta. I'm just curious what 3D printer you use.
I first bought an inexpensive one. It was called an Ender. It was kind of nice, but I broke down and I bought me a Bamboo. It is kind of nice because this particular model that I have, you can print up to 4 colors and they can merge as you're printing. It's kind of fun. It cost me, I think I got it on sale at Christmas time for just a little over $500, so it wasn't too bad, and frankly, I love it. Any other questions?
7HTH.
HTH.
I just want to say thank you so much. You're getting me excited again. I remember as a young kid putting some kits together, and I haven't put one together for a long time. And it sounds like these kits are inexpensive enough that you can have some fun with them.
Yeah, that's correct. One of the issues that you will find with some of the Chinese kits, the instructions may not be real clear. Translating from Chinese to English sometimes has some problems, but they're so easy that if you've had any experience, they're not a problem. And many times they have pictures that are available so you can just kind of see where things go. Any other questions?
Kilo Mike 4, Quebec Alpha Alpha.
Quebec Alpha Alpha.
Yes, I wanted to ask, for example, you had an op-amp kit. Do they offer any sort of an explanation of how the circuits work, or is it just instructions on how to assemble them, and then you need to go look on the internet to find out how an op-amp works?
The instructions that came with mine told you a little bit the background. It was almost like some of the Heathkit instruction sets that I had. It gave you a background as to what it was, how it worked, and of course you can find some information on the web about the op-amp as well. The 555 was the one I had fun with because I actually wrote programs for testing that IC on a tester. Any other questions?
KM7G.
KM7G.
Larry, thank you so much. That's really interesting. It's been years ago I did some heat kit, put some heat kits together, like a weather station and weather stations and stuff like that. But really appreciate that. That's a lot of fun, and appreciate all the work you put into that. KM7G.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments?
Comment.
Go ahead.
This is KC7IHV. If my memory serves me right, the op-amp number 741 either is the patent for it, original patent, or whatever was done by Philo Farnsworth, in case anybody remembers who he used to be. This KC7IHV.
Yeah, great comment. I had no idea who the original designer of that was originally, but it was very wonderful to play with. Any other comments?
Question.
Go ahead, question.
This is KM7CTD. What kind of little spot welder did you get to weld those batteries so you don't explode them and make them on fire?
Well, the first one that I bought was a big big. I mean, it was a benchtop type thing. But then the ones that, if you go to AliExpress or Temu, and just do a search for a spot welder. The one that I use now is just a handheld spot welder. It has a battery backup on it. Let's see, I think I've got it right here. The one I have here is called a AWITHZ, although there are other models that work just as well. That's just one of them. But it is handheld, charges by a USB port, and nice to handle. Any other comments or questions?
KM7EYD again.
EYD, go ahead.
One company I've got a lot of things from is called Adafruit, ADAFRUIT. They're out of New York City, and they have a lot of, they sell the Raspberry Pi Zeros and RPCs, and have a lot of good kits and things in there, too. But they are more expensive than the cheaper kits you're talking about.
Yeah, sometimes you want to go with a more expensive kit. Depends on, what it is and where you can find it. I've been very pleased with the Chinese kits that I've got, other than the instruction issue. Any more questions? Okay, I'll turn it back to net control.
This is KC7IHV. I want to thank you, Larry, for the training tonight. brings back lots of memories, and I've still got a box with a number of kits that I've never finished. So, yeah, if I just had time to drag them out and play with them, that'd be fun.